If you feel that the last year has been a bit of a washout for you and you want next year to be much better, then this video is for you. In this video, I will go over some questions that you can ask yourself that will open up a whole new world of possibilities for you. There is just over a month left of 2023, but you do not have to wait until January the 1st to make changes and move forward with your life. The fact that you're here now watching this video indicates that you are ready to make the changes that you need to do to make the next 12 months much better than the last 12 months. I've created a free workbook that goes along with this video. It's a downloadable PDF. You can find the link just below this video. You can print it off, or if you have a tablet and an app like GoodNotes, then you can work directly from your iPad or your tablet. Without further ado, let's begin. Before you can get where you want to go in life, you have to know where you are now, and more importantly, why you are where you are. So looking back at the last year, ask yourself these questions. What do you want to be acknowledged for in the last year? What did you accomplish? Did you have any big things that happened in your life? Maybe you got a promotion that you wanted, or maybe you found your dream partner. Maybe you finally went to visit a destination that you've always wanted to go to. Maybe you hit a fitness goal. What did you accomplish? And then you can look at what did you want to accomplish but you didn't. Sometimes we have goals and we don't actually get there. Do you still want that thing if you didn't accomplish it? A lot of the time we are just interested in achieving something. We're not really committed to it because it isn't actually what we really want. If there's something that you didn't accomplish this year, is it something that's still important to you? Do you still want it? Was there anything that you said you would do and you didn't do? And if so, do you still want to do that? There was a time when I wanted to run the Great Wall of China Marathon when I used to run marathons. There's nothing that I would ever want to do now. Our dreams and goals can change. And then you can look at, what did I learn? What are 3 lessons that if you remember them will make a difference to you next year? You can use them as guidelines to make next year better. So for me, one thing I learned was to create boundaries and not be used by people, and I've put that in place now, and I know next year I will not be taken advantage of like I was this year. The next thing to look at is changing patterns in your life, because everything that we have or do is usually as a result of our patterns. How do you limit yourself? How can you transform those actions into something more powerful? When you don't succeed at something, what do you tell yourself about your failures? Do you come up with excuses? Do you say things like, well, I'm too old, I'm too unfit, I don't have enough money? Do you blame your family? Do you blame the government? All of these things are what is known as our limiting beliefs. When you start to become aware of these limiting beliefs, you can see where you say them all the time in your life. For example, when I used to work in the police, and I wanted to develop my side hustle of my yoga business, I would always say to myself, if I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve, well, I don't have enough time and I'm tired and I work shifts. And yes, that was true to some extent. I also could have made time for it. Instead of maybe scrolling online, I could have dedicated that time to doing something to develop my business a bit further. We always take the path of least resistance, and we start to believe these things that we tell ourselves, because it gives us an excuse as to why we haven't achieved something rather than taking our own personal responsibility. Write a list out of the things that you often hear yourself saying. Do you say to yourself, oh, well, I can't do that because I'm too old, or I can't do that because I never did it as a child, I can't do that because my parents never encouraged me, I don't have a supportive partner? Just have a think about what those things are that you say to yourself if you don't succeed in something, and see how you can change them into something more positive. These excuses that we make are known as our limiting paradigm. What you can do is you can write them down in a list, have a look at them, and then create a new paradigm. So the new one should be positive in the present tense, powerful, simple, and point to an exciting future. You can reframe these limiting paradigms into something more positive. So for example, if you hear yourself saying, well, I can't do that because I'm too old. How old are you? I'm 53. There are some things where I may think I'm too old to do it, but really it's all a matter of perspective. To someone that's 20 years old, 53 sounds ancient. I used to think the same thing. I used to think someone was really old if they were 25 and I was 19. But someone that's 53 compared to someone that's 80, an 80-year-old look back and think, oh, you're so young. It's all about perspective. How can you reframe these situations and these views that you have into something more positive? Once you start to do that, you remove these limiting beliefs. I personally don't really think age is a barrier to anything. I moved here to Costa Rica age 52 on my own, and I've met some really inspiring people here. I've met people here that took up surfing when they were 60 years old. Age really is not a barrier. Once you have your new paradigms, recite them to yourself every morning and every evening, say them out loud, because you will train your subconscious that this is your reality. How we think informs how we feel, and if we think positive thoughts and think in a new way, then things will change for us in our lives. Looking ahead, what are your values in life? What is important to you? What drives you on a daily basis? We all need to have a purpose and something to drive us. I retired from my job and I moved here, and yes, it's brilliant waking up in the morning whatever time I want, going to the beach with my dogs, coming back, practicing yoga in my jungle garden, and maybe meeting friends for lunch or for a coffee. But I can't do that every day. I need to have a purpose and something to do. We all do. We need to have something that drives us and that connects us with other people. So think about what drives you in life, what is important to you. One way to understand this is to look at what roles you play in life. So we all play different roles. Maybe you're a wife, a mother, maybe you're an auntie, maybe you're a niece, maybe you're a boss, maybe you're a carer, maybe you're a dog mum or a cat mum. Whatever it is, whatever the roles are in your life, rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most important. And when you look at what roles are important to you, it can give you some clues about what actually drives you in life. Another thing to look at is, how is your life balanced? So a really good way to do this is to look at something called the Wheel of Life. So the Wheel of Life covers all these different aspects of our lives: career, money, health, friends and family, social connections, spiritual. There's a whole bunch of them. And when you look at the Wheel of Life and where you've scored things, you can see where your life is out of balance. If you scored quite low on health and fitness, maybe that is where you can make some changes, make a commitment to yourself that you're going to improve your fitness, or you're going to start to eat more healthily. It can really give you an idea of where you can make improvements in your life that will overall improve next year for you. Looking at your roles in life, which role would you want to make a major breakthrough in? If you were to write all your roles down and you could put a tick next to one that you really smashed, what one would it be? And in order to really smash it, what would you have to do that? What are your goals for each of your roles next year? Maybe you want to develop your business more. Maybe you want to be a better teacher. Maybe you want to be a better learner. What are your goals for each role, and what can you do to improve it? Considering all of these questions, we covered looking back at the past year, changing patterns in our lives, and looking to the future. The way that this works is, for the next 1 to 2 weeks, think about these questions, write the answers down, ponder them, maybe change them around, keep thinking about them. Once you've done all that, ask yourself this one final question. What do I want to accomplish, and who do I want to be in the next 12 months? Imagine that you have accomplished it and you are that person. How does it make you feel? You can even close your eyes right now and envision it. Envision being that person, being in the situation you want to be in. Use that feeling to motivate you to take action and work towards your dreams.